What's going on, guys? PlayBox and we're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. In this video, I'm going to be listing all the best ways to farm CC in the game. And it's mainly going to be like an updated guide to the one I did last year where I went over the best methods to get CC. And I'm doing it this year because, of course, there are new ways of getting CCs compared to last year. And also, since we are, of course, part of Legends' biggest celebration of the year, the Legends Festival. And with this huge celebration, there are definitely going to be new players that join the game. And those new players, even older players, they want to get the new units, right? So I'm going to be listing all the best ways to get the CC you need to get those new units. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into the guide. Alright, so the first part of this guide will be pretty much the main place where you're going to be getting most of your CCs, and that's the missions tab and the events tab. So if you go to the your missions tab right in the home menu, you have your three tabs: dailies, events, and special. These special tabs don't usually offer CC except this one here, where you just have to finish the challenges in story mode, but we'll get back to this a bit later on. But this is, like I said, where you're going to be getting the main your main source of CC. The dailies, of course, you're going to have to do them every day. You'll get 35 CC. It's pretty simple. It's got to use energy, do the let's play, friendship battles, co-op, PvP or raids, and that's pretty much it, and a bonus battle, and you get 35 CC, which is good, so make sure you do that. But then you have the events tab, which is also tied in with the actual in-game events. So if we actually take a look at these in-game events, you have stuff like the BoJack original series, which gives you a certain amount of CC. Usually they range from around like 500 to 1,000 sometimes, but it depends on the original series. And then we got stuff like EX Zenkais, where you just complete the story and max them out. These EX Zenkai events will give you a total of 1,000 CC and a Zenkai unit for the EX unit. So we have actually a lot of them. You can see once they're done, they usually come back and they stay permanent, but these are mainly the older ones. And we also have Rising Battles. I think that's in the recommended section here. Rising Battles, these give all 1,000 CC. These are pretty old, so a lot of old or veteran players already have all these done. But if you're a new player, make sure you grind up all these because each of them give 1,000 CC. So you make sure to do that. And these events are usually tied up with certain missions in the game. So as you can see here, we have monthly missions that give a total of 180. We have co-op missions that give 200 in total if you do 65 battles. We got Turner Power. I'll get that to a bit later. And we have other types of missions. So just every like week or so at reset, which is on Tuesday night for 2 a.m. EST, we're gonna be getting some new events. So always make sure to check out this section and just look through, see what events you're missing, and also go look at the events tab and just complete as much as you can. Also make sure to do like all the challenges within each story. So if I click this one right here and I go to challenges, they have like around 7 challenges each, so that's 21 CC per story mode stages, right? And then you get an extra 10 CC for just completing it, so that's 31 CC. So just make sure you complete all those challenges. Also would like to add that in these events we do get certain events that reoccur like every 2 weeks, and that's the one I'm talking about is the Battle Gauntlet. So this Battle Gauntlet was introduced like a month ago, I think, and now they're used to give Zenkais for free, and they are used to give CC. So you can see that, look, you get chrono crystals and up to 3,000 awakening Z power. So you get 700 CC from these Battle Gauntlets, and they reset every 2 weeks. So definitely make sure you do that. And also make sure to, I forgot to mention, but also make sure to do your adventures. So adventures also, if I can find, I think I already completed all the missions for the adventure. No, right here. You get 200 CC for these adventures, and they're pretty easy to do. All you have to do is, what I like to do is just I recycle these adventures every 7 hours. That way I don't have to be doing them every 3 or every hour, because there are also options. So I would just go to the event here, farm up 20 of these story modes and get 27 hour adventures, and I'll just cycle over every 7 hours. And you do that, if you just consistently do that, you'll be able to complete all the missions within that for the adventure tab within a week, and you're pretty much guaranteed 200 CC. So make sure you do that. And then we'll move on to the next one. Also, one thing I want to touch up on is the missions plan, which was actually introduced 1 year ago today when the prior Legends Festival. But missions plans are also one of the best ways you can get CC consistently every 2 weeks, I believe. So before, when the plan resets, it gives you the option to choose between 3 types of plans. 1 for players that are casual players, 2 for players that are like sort of casual but also sort of like serious, and then also the final one, which is the one I have, the Battle Lovers plan, which is completely focused on doing as much as possible, and you get as the most amount of CC possible. So this mission plan is divided into, you can think of it as a battle pass system similar to other games, where there is a normal battle pass and then a premium battle pass. Of course, the premium battle pass you'll have to pay CC to get. I mean, not CC, but you'll have to pay in real life money to get. But if we look at the rewards here, for just the regular pass, if you take the Battle Lovers plan, there's 7 stages, and in total you get 500 CC, and this is every 2 weeks you get consistent 500 CC, and it just involves doing stuff, just general stuff in game, like playing PvP, doing adventures, logging in, embark on adventures, co-op, just general stuff in the game. Very easy to complete within the 2-week time frame that they give you. So definitely make sure to do that. But if you're interested in getting the premium plan, it gives you an extra 1500 CC, and that is a very big jump from 500 to 1500. So that means if you buy the premium plan, you'll be getting 2k CC consistently for every 2 weeks. Of course, there is a price tag on that extra 1500. For me, it's $10.99 plus tax. For some, I wouldn't advise you to spend money to get the CC, because of course, if most players are free to play, right? So I wouldn't advise you to spend money. But if you are someone that does spend very lightly, is a light spender, just like throws a couple $10 or $20 per month or something like that on the game, I would strongly advise you to get this, for this to be your main priority if you were to spend that money per month or 2 weeks, because this is probably the best deal you'll get for CC within the whole game. Either this or like the Chrono Crystal bot, where you get like, I believe like 2000 CC for $21.99, but I would say this is easily one of the best deals, if not the best deal, because for $12.99, which is $10.99, which is the price for their 1k CC sales, their monthly sales, you'll get an extra 500, and you can do this every 2 weeks compared to the monthly sale, which is monthly, right? So like I said, I don't advise you to spend the extra $10 to get 1500 CC, but if you are a light spender, this is pretty much the best value you'll get out of your money for this amount of CC. So the next source of CC income within the game is pretty much the main ways that veteran players that have already completed all the missions and stuff will be using, and that is through PvP and as well as Tournament of Power, which I'll go through right after PvP. So PvP, so this is where I would say this is where the main focus of the game is. This is a PvP based game. Honestly, I'm pretty sure a majority of players actually just play PvE, so like explicitly, and not PvP, but this is mainly supposed to be a PvP game, because this is where you're gonna be getting the main your most of your content, right? So if we go take a look at your battle rank rewards, so we can see that there are 70 ranks. I think you used to get, wait, let me just quickly check. Yeah, I think you used to get maybe, no, never mind, it's something else. So yeah, you get these different types of rewards. You get Z power, you get erasers for reaching these certain battle ranks, which is really good because you're just be getting them for free, right, just by playing the game. And then we get into ranking rewards, and this is where you're gonna be getting all your CC, right? This season, however, the rewards are doubled because we're in a festival duel season, which is like a special little type of season they like to hold for major celebrations. So the CCs are doubled, so you can see it's 2000 CC for ranking in the top 10k. But usually for PvP, it's gonna be actually 1k for top 10k, and then the rank 1 person will be getting 1500. But as you can see, they changed up the way ranking rewards work, and this pretty much guarantees that everyone that plays PvP for like I think like RP1, so if you play just like 1 or 2 games, you're guaranteed to get 200 CC. And if you keep climbing the ranks, top 75, top 50%, top 15, you get all these rewards. And then a lot of people most people actually like to just go for top 10k, because that's where you're guaranteed the most CC other than rank 1. So if you are if you like playing PvP but you're not like super good at it, I would recommend like, you know, learning, practicing, getting better at PvP so you can aim for the top 10k spot and guarantee yourself a nice little 1k CC every 2 weeks, which is a very nice little source of income for CC. And then we can just go over to Tournament of Power. So if we go into Tournament of Power, okay, it's kind of frozen there, but if we go into Battle Score here and we go into the ranking, yeah, it takes a while for these Tournament of Power ranking leaderboards to show up. I don't know why, but Tournament of Power is kind of a different, I think they changed it up for the last couple of seasons, where prior to this, let me just check real quick. I think this is only for Z League, but I'm pretty sure that they have rankings for each league now, if I'm not mistaken, but let's just say it's only for Z League, which is kind of unfortunate. But if you're in Z League, you can get CC up from top 50%, top 35, 25, 5, and then number 1. And this is kind of similar to PvP, where you get 1000 CC if you're guaranteed into the top 25%. So you also get season rewards based on the battle score you get, so you can get up to 100 CC. And if we go take a look at the actual Tournament of Power board and we go all the way to the top battle here, you're getting a 300 CC reward as well for just completing the board. So that's 300 plus 100 for reaching a certain battle rank, and then you get 1000 up to 1000 for reaching a certain rank within the leaderboards. That's what, 1400 CC just right off the bat. And if we go into the missions here, I also forgot to mention this for PvP, but if we go to the missions here, they actually give missions for PvP and Tournament of Power. I can't find it here because I already completed them, but for Tournament of Power, right here, for Tournament of Power, you get 100 CC for just playing it. So if you finish the board and you play Tournament of Power for 25 and then you win 15, you're getting 100 again. So every 2 weeks for the Tournament of Power, you can get upwards to 1500 CC, and then for PvP, you get 200 for the missions. So that's upwards to 1200 for PvP every 2 weeks. So if you combine that, let's say you rank in the top 10k for PvP and then rank in the top 15% for Tournament of Power, you're getting what, 2700 CC every 2 weeks consistently if you're able to reach those ranks. So that's a very, very nice source of CC income right there, and definitely give them a go. So let's move on to the next part. So moving on, we're going to be talking about story mode. So story mode is actually one of the biggest source of CCs you can get in the game, and that's especially if you're a new player, because look at this. There are 11 parts to the story. So there are 11 parts to the story, and each story has like several books as well. So like part 1 has book 7 and chapter 6. So that's a lot of story mode stages, right? And they even have a hard mode to it, so it's even more challenges, even more CC, right? So let's say, for example, we're gonna take this for as an example. You have this as your story mode. You get 10 CC per stage, right? And there's, like I said, there's like at least 700 stages or something, right? So that's a good already a lot of CC. But then if you go to the challenges, there are another 7 challenges for each stage. So this is similar to the event stage I mentioned before, where each stage challenges in the stage will give you 3 CC and there's 7 challenges, right? So that's 21 CC plus the 10 CC you get for completing the stage. And also, I don't have the missions available for me because I've already completed them, but whenever there's a new story mode part that releases, they drop missions that give you an extra 10 CC per completed stage. So that's 41 CC for each stage completed, and trust me, that adds up very, very fast. So if we go to the select part, you can see that there's stars on each of these parts. These stars pretty much indicate the number of challenges per each book or part, right? So think of it this way: each star there pretty much corresponds to 3 CC. So you basically have to multiply each of these stars by 3, or if you want, you can just add up all these stars by 3, and then not by 3, but you just add them all together and then multiply it by 3, and that's pretty much all the CC you can get from story mode. And that's excluding the 10 CC, actually 20 CC at this point you get for just straight up completing the story. So this is where you're going to be getting a lot of your CC, especially mainly for new players, because of course veteran players already have all this completed. So They're just gonna be waiting for each part to release periodically, right? But if you're a new player, like I said, that just started your account and just want to grind CC, this is pretty much your best way to get CC, because I don't expect new players to just be able to rank in the top 10k or in PvP or in TOP, so that's kind of unrealistic for them. But this, like I said, this is where you're going to be getting it. Also, if we take a look at the missions, like I mentioned this a bit before, but if we go to a special tab, there's a special tab here called More Legends Mission. So this is an extra set of CC you get just for completing all the challenges in story mode, right? So right now it's up to 5,000 challenges, but if we take a look at prior, you can get upwards to 4,400 CC if you complete all the challenges, which is insane, an insane amount of CC, right? Even I'm not done completing all these challenges. I usually don't like to do it. It's kind of boring. It's very tedious, of course. That's why it's grinding, right? But if you're ever in a situation where you just need CC like very badly, you can always just grind up those challenges if you have some stored up, and then get an extra bonus 100 per 250 challenges complete. So like I said, story mode is gonna be pretty much your best source of income as a new player, and then every time they add a new part, it's just even more CC. Next, I want to talk about a very specific way to get CC. It's not a lot, but it definitely does start adding up if you have a lot to do. And I'm talking about, if we go to Z mission here, I'm talking about soul boosting your character. So if I can find that mission real quick here, I don't know if I did all the soul boosts. Okay, so here, unlocks, for me, it's unlocked 162,800 soul boost panels. So these boost panels are basically the soul boost panels you get when you're soul boosting your character. So let me go show you what it looks like here real quick. So I'm pretty sure I have a character that's not soul boosted. Let's see, this hero Krillin, I'm pretty sure I've never soul boosted him, right? Yeah, so he's all 0%. So if you just click unlock all, of course you need the resources for this, like the rising souls, the super souls and stuff like that, but you can grind them from the bonus battles during the weekends. You'll get double the amount. So that's for most players, that's not a big issue, but it could definitely be an issue when you're starting out. But let's just say you have the resources, you just do completely soul boost this guy to 700%, and then you see mission completed, right? You go over to the missions now. It actually does 2 missions, because I believe when you fully soul boost a character from 0 to 700%, it's like around 400 boost panels, I think, around that amount. So for me, after you soul boost 100,000 boost panels, they start giving you 10 CC every 200 boost panels. But prior to that, you get 10 CCs every 100 boost panels. So you'll be getting 40 CC per character that you fully soul boost until 100,000 boost panel has been completed, and then you start getting 20 CC per character. And this definitely will start adding up when you consider the fact that there are many characters in this game. I'm pretty sure there's a list. There's a number of characters here for 44 hero units. Maybe they don't have a mission for the number of characters you have, but like I said, there are a lot of characters. I think there's like over 200 or 300 characters, so that's a very, it's not the most CC, but it definitely starts piling up when you have like 30 characters you have to soul boost in a row. Like 30 times 40, that will give you a lot of CC. That's 1200 CC right off the bat. If I did the math, yeah, that's 1200 CC just for soul boosting characters, and it's pretty fast, right? But like I said, after the 100,000 boost threshold, you'll start getting 20 CC per character. So just keep that in mind, and just make sure you soul boost all your characters. Another one of these specific missions is also upgrading your equipment. So equipment upgrading will also land you some CC. I wouldn't say it's on the same level as the soul boosting, but soul boosting, at a certain point you'll just have no characters to soul boost, right? But equipment, you can just keep on upgrading equipments. As you can see here, you get 10 CC per, what is that, every 100, I think it's every 100 equipment you upgrade to A rank, right? So that's decent. You can get A rank to 100 very easily. But then you also have this one here where you get 10 CC for every Z rank, every 5 Z rank equipment you get. I think there's a limit here also similar to the soul boost, because I believe you would get, I think, 10 CC for every Z rank you get Z or higher. but I think after a certain threshold, I'm not too sure about that threshold, what it is, but it starts going every 5 or 10 or something. But there's also a pretty funny trick for this Z rank equip, and it only works for one equip right now, and that is for the Z rank Go Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta unique equipment. So the reason why this happens is because this Super Saiyan 4 equip, you only need the first 2 slots to be a high roll for it to be Z. This last slot does not affect whether it's a Z or not. You can get the worst roll on the slot 3 and you can still have a Z rank. And so basically what you can do with this is, let me just show you. If you go to re-roll this, you go to this one. I'll use 10cc. So if you re-roll this, right, I'm probably gonna get a lower re-roll. So I got the worst roll possible, right? And I still have a Z. So if I do this again, I'll just use a slot remover this time. You roll it again, and it will still remain a Z. So you can, if you have the resources to do this, if you really want to, I don't advise doing this, but if you have the resources to do this, you can just infinitely re-roll this equipment and complete that mission over and over and over again, and pretty much farm CC that way. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend it because you're wasting a lot of resources just to get that 10 CC. So it wouldn't really work. It wouldn't be working out in your favor. But let's say you like have a million slot removers and you just want to grind some CC. This is a good way to do it. But mainly you would just want to be rolling or upgrading your equipments to A rank or higher. And then these missions will complete very fast. Like getting an A rank is very easy. Like most D rank or C rank equipments will just automatically go to A. So you can just upgrade any random equip and they'll go to A, and you can just farm CC like that. It's pretty tedious and you're not getting a lot of CC, but it is still a way to get some CC. The final thing I want to touch up on is basically all the exchange shops. So currently right now we have a lot of exchange shops. We have like over 100 exchange shops, and it's good to just periodically visit all these exchange shops because there's some that just offer CC straight up. So currently we're going to be getting 5 raids every week for this celebration. We had that during this 3rd anniversary as well, but each raid will give you the chance to exchange for 1,000 CC within the shop, and you get these medals just by doing the raid. You have to do like 30 or 40 times and you'll have enough medals to get the CC, and we'll be getting this. We already got this 2 times and we're going to be getting this 3 extra times for the remainder of this festival. One thing I want to just make note of, just to like let you guys know, is that once you hit 20,000 CC, so as you can see from, I don't know if you can see it here for me, so as I think it might be cut off, but I have 26k CC right now, right? And if I go to these exchange shop and I want to exchange for some CC, you can see that it says cannot hold anymore. So that is a cap on how much CC you can have and exchange within the exchange shop. So they capped it at 20k, and once you get over 20k CC, you cannot exchange for CC within these exchange shops. You could still get CC from other methods, like all the methods I've listed before, but you can't exchange for CC in these shops once you're past 20k. I'm pretty sure this limit was set for people that purchase CC, so you can't just purchase all the sales and just start saving them up. But this also carries over to just in-game exchange shops, because I'm guessing they don't want you to be hoarding as much CC as possible and then just spend it all on like one busted unit and have them fully maxed out, which is kind of dumb to me, because you want to kind of, with their pity system, you kind of encourage people to like save as much CC as possible, but then you put this dumb limit which kind of hinders their ability to save CC. So it's kind of weird, but just to let you know, after 20k you can't exchange for CC in exchange shop. But for anyone that's lower than 20k, you can definitely exchange it for it, and I would strongly advise you to just visit these exchange shop every week and just see what you can get. So that's festival rate. If we go to festival duel, which is the PvP season right now, you get medals for just playing PvP, and then you can just exchange it for 300 CC straight up. So that just adds up to the total of what you can get for PvP. So I think that brings it up to 1,500. There's also like I said, the adventures where you get The adventures give you 200 in the missions, and then if you go into the shop, actually, I think I already claimed those ones, but you were able to gain an extra 300 or 200 CC from the exchange shop here. So that's also a nice little source right there. If we go to the co-op shop, you're able to exchange some dual coins, which is the currency you get when you finish a a co-op run. You can exchange it for another 300 CC, and this resets every 2 weeks, so that's another little source of CC income. And I think that's pretty much it for all the CC you get. But also, it's always a good idea to just visit these exchange shops and see where you can get stuff, because they have a lot of resources. Like your main resources are just going to be coming from these shops, so it's always good to just visit this every week or just periodically, and just exchange for as much resources, CCs, and just stuff in general. So make sure you guys visit these shops, and yeah, just make sure you do. So before we end off this guide, I just want to touch up on one user on Reddit that is very, very helpful when managing or when you're trying to like grind for CC. This user is Lugiani, and he's a very cool member of the Dragon Ball Legends community because he does a lot for it. And one of the main things he does for the community is he does a chrono crystal record for every month. So basically what he does is that he goes through every single thing you can do to obtain CC for every month, and then he just compiles it into a list saying where you can get the CC and where you can get it from, how you can get it from, and then he just has it listed in a nice concise way for everyone to be able to see. And then at the end he has a total the total amount of CC in bold that you can get per month. So right now we're looking at November 2021 CC records, and you can see that we have gotten 21k or close to 22k CC if you consider everything that the game has offered within this month. Realistically speaking, not everyone is going to be getting all the CC. Some of them is for PvP, some of them is given from tournament power, some of them is excluded because you have the 20k CC limit. That's why he has these extra numbers here for people that aren't able to meet these criterias. But overall, he just has everything listed here. So make sure you guys, if you're interested in seeing basically all the ways you can get CC, make sure you guys visit this guy's Reddit. I'll have his Twitter and his Reddit linked in the description below, so you guys can visit and just basically see how like the distribution of CC is given to players. You can even visit his older posts from previous months, or even I think you can even go up to like last year, the years before. Just see how the game has evolved in the way that they give CC and the amount they give. Usually in non-celebration months we get around 15 to 17k per month. Your average player will be getting around like 10 to 12k, and then for these big celebrations we'll be getting around like 20 to 25k CC, around that ballpark. So it is definitely a big jump in when it comes to celebration, which makes sense. But definitely check him out if you're interested in this type of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all the best methods and pretty much all the methods that you can do to farm as much CC as possible. I tried to go through everything that was actually possible. I don't think I missed anything, but if I did miss something, it might be maybe something that I consider just insignificant, or I just genuinely missed it. If I did and you guys catch on to it, definitely leave it in the comments, and I'll try to pin it or something like that, so other people can see as well. But hopefully this helps you grind as much CC as you can for this Legends Festival, because we are as well slowly approaching part 2 of the celebration, where we're going to be getting another set of new characters, definitely going to be another set of LFs, and potentially our first new summonable Ultra unit. So you want to be ready with as much CC as possible for these next few weeks. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe, because that shit is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.